Michael, let me ask you this. Earlier this morning, folks told us Entergy at 125,000 customers out, CLECO 123, and they anticipated about 500,000 across the state. Does that mean the rest are SWEPCO?
Yeah, that's a good estimate, and certainly Entergy and CLECO will be in the southern part of the state, southern and middle part of the state. At 8:30, we're showing about 58,500 outages in Louisiana and about 3,600 in Texas. But as the storm moves further north, we will expect those numbers to increase.
I was going to say, I just saw a Weather Channel thing that said in Rapides Parish, I don't know if this is you guys or not, Rapides Parish has 90% power outage. But you're not surprised at that, are you?
No, not at all. I mean, and our service area kind of hugs the Louisiana-Texas coast. We don't go into Alexandria, but we have a lot of rural areas down there, and that's a challenge with making line repairs because those circuits sometimes run for miles and they're in heavily wooded areas. But as the storm approaches the more populated areas, Shreveport, Bossier, Houghton areas, we will see those numbers jump up significantly. There is some good news. It looks like the eye is moving, it's tracking to the east a little bit, which takes us out of the absolute strongest wind areas. So we may get a little break there.
I hope this isn't like dumb guy question, but in a situation like this, where the winds, where the rain, where the damage conditions is ongoing, does it do you any good to fix stuff? Because it might break again in another hour or so, or do you just wait? Do you wait till the worst part's done?
Well, for safety reasons, our crews won't be out until the winds drop down to 30 miles an hour or below. So the lion's share of the work could start later this afternoon in our southern parts of our district, down in DeRidder and Mansfield, Manny areas. But by and large, the big work will start tomorrow. We have over 2,300 workers coming in from other utility companies across the country, 14 states, and some workers are on the way from Canada that will join our crews and give us almost 2,900 people, boots on the ground working, and they'll get started on Friday morning bright and early.
In the grand scheme of things, Michael, how big is this one in terms of loss of power across our state?
This is really huge and unprecedented. We've never seen a storm hold together as a Category 1 and make it this far north. When we have an ice storm or we have tornado outbreak, it's really very isolated, and you can go in and target those areas. But when we're going to talk about entire cities with massive outages, it's going to take a while. And one of the things that we ask folks to do is, if they've not already done it, please go and download the SWEPCO app. It's available at the App Store. You can go to SWEPCO.com and sign up for alerts, and that will just, that will give you text alerts of, we know your circuit's out, here's our anticipated repair time, to let you do some planning and know if you need to take some actions or if you can stay in your home.
Let me ask you this, Michael. That's the question everybody wants to know if they're in the dark today. What is your hope in terms of estimates to get people back on? What's your goal?
It really depends on how severe the damage is in our complete service area. But we are telling people to prepare for up to 5 to 7 day outage. We hope it's not that long and the damage isn't that severe. But in our protocol for addressing outages, it's public safety first, police, fire, hospitals, circuits that have public safety connections to them. Then we go after how can we quickly get the largest number of customers back online. So if the example I like to use is, if you live at the end of a dirt road and you're the last house and the last telephone or the last electric pole, it could be a while.
Michael Corbin, SWEPCO. A little optimistic news, perhaps, as the day rolls on. We appreciate your time, and I know your message to everybody is don't call us and yell at us. That's basically it, right?
If your whole neighborhood's out, we probably know the power's out, and I promise we're monitoring it, and we're going to get out there.